My name is Laura Nasri Warren, and I would like to thank the American with Diabetes Association, the RGV chapter, and Happy Healthy Valley for allowing me the opportunity to share my kitchen with you. Today, I am going to share a recipe that involves salmon. Salmon, as we know, is not only very rich in zinc, minerals, and omega oils, and it's a feared thing to cook with, and some people tell me they don't like it. But what I love about this recipe is that people that tell me don't like salmon, they like this. Those of you who know me know that I am an architect and I'm quite busy. I was involved in everything under the sun that my kids were involved in, so I had not a lot of time to cook with. So this recipe with all the sides takes about 30 minutes. So for those of you who say, I don't have time to cook, hopefully this recipe makes you think otherwise. So when we're shopping for things, you're gonna need to have some good tomatoes. I like the vine tomatoes. I like to buy organic when I can, but Roma tomatoes are also delicious and do well in the oven. The Rio Grande Valley is known for their sweet onions, so the 10-15 do really well. If you like red onions, those are also delicious. This dish can be accompanied with asparagus, broccoli, and I love to accompany with quinoa for your cereals. So again, these ones you can find at your nearby shopping store or grocers. Today we're gonna accompany this with asparagus. And we're gonna be making some delicious quinoa. Why quinoa? I know us in the Hispanic community love cooking with rice, but this is actually a very, very healthy option. You know that this is found in Peru and in other areas in Central and South America. It's an ancient grain and is also a superfood, and it makes just like rice. You can actually make a lot of salads, and when I used to be an assistant scout master, I used to challenge my scouts and trying to come up with some very good recipes. So when you're camping, this is something you can pre-cook and then later on either serve as rice or make a delicious salad. So it's a good family secret. And it takes about 25 minutes to make, so it's not hard. Okay, so to start with, we preheat our oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we set our water to boil. Time management and a busy, hardworking mama or dads, because dads are also welcome at the kitchen. Typically, I do twice the amount of water, or measures of water. You can use liquid or powder chicken bouillon, or a little bit of salt to taste if you don't like the bouillon, and a little bit of butter. While that boils, we're gonna go ahead and clean and take out the skin of your salmon. You're gonna need to make, or to have parchment paper, because it looks so pretty when you get it out of the oven. If you don't like parchment paper, you can use aluminum foil, which is easier to fold. I just like the look of parchment paper. And it makes it look like you spent hours at the kitchen when you didn't. So make sure you don't forget to put a very tired face after you do this, because you're gonna need it. It's so easy to make. They're not gonna believe you made it if you're a beginner. So this is a perfect beginner's recipe. I spray things or brush things with olive oil. I like extra virgin olive oil. And I use this to be able to have all the spices stick. People ask me what spices I use. Without making it a commercial, I like this brand because they have high quality. You need less. They smell delicious. And you find them quite affordably here at some of the home decor, believe it or not, stores, or some of your other national brands like Williams-Sonoma or Pottery Barn, but you can find them here. I like cooking with sea salt. This is Himalayan salt because you don't need as much. And another secret of mine is just not so much of a secret, but dried chopped garlic adds a beautiful texture and it has great flavor. Why this recipe? Why grab the salmon? Because it grabs all the moisture and the flavors. And it looks so beautiful when you open it up. So now that you have added this, you grab your slices of onions, like this, and then some slices of tomatoes. See how beautiful? I add a little bit more of salt, a little bit more spices. And look, another tip that a good French chef of mine taught me, when you sprinkle from the top, you actually have more control on how much you disperse the spices than when you do it so close by. You get big lumps. Okay, here's how you fold it. You fold in half and you start from the corner. So you start folding, folding, folding. See? Fold, fold, fold. Sometimes these things fight you back. It's okay. You can go back and redo it and see the last part, you bend down. So then you put it like this in the oven. And then we put it in for 20 minutes. That's it. The water's boiling now. So I give it a quick mix. Put in the quinoa. You cover. You check your clock. My time is 4:37. That means at 4:57 or 5 o'clock, that will be ready to take out. So this gives you time now to work on your asparagus. I love mixing them with slivered almonds or sliced almonds. To add a little kick and you really want to show off, you can toast them in a pan before. That smoky flavor takes you far. And husbands, if you want to score big, you'll do the same. So I like cooking with olive oil instead of regular canola oil because you actually need less. And it's healthier as well. I learned that there's different types of olive oils. And if you like to add some other flavor, you can buy a bottle of this, peel some garlic, throw a little piece of rosemary, chile de árbol or piquín, and then put it in a dark spot. Cover it well, and you have infused oil that you can dip in bread, if you're allowed to have bread, or just to cook with. And you'll be amazed at how delicious that meal turns out. So see, I didn't do a lot of oil. You're not supposed to cover or submerge your whole pan in oil. It's just enough to cover it, I guess, because it's so thick, it spreads out evenly. Okay. When I cook asparagus, I make sure that I wash them and I dry them well. Why? Because if they're wet and you put them in the oil, and the hot oil is going to sprinkle back or splash back and you can get burned. Just another cool secret. Put it in. So now we place the asparagus once our oil is very hot. I like to use the tongs because it allows you just to kind of sparingly move them around. And I like to put the almonds right at the same time because then the oils and the salt are all infused together. Very little salt. That's it. And again, your spices. You don't want to overcook asparagus. You want them to keep a little crisp. You can tell. I'm just picking them up, making them rotate a little bit. You can also do the chef thing and go like this, but this works well for me. "20 minutes. It's time to take this out from the oven. The only thing about filming is that you cannot smell this, and it smells so good. Okay, what I like about parchment paper, especially if you're experienced in the kitchen, carefully, you can start opening this. So you can either plate it and then open it on the plate. Let me show you. You will immediately be hit with a beautiful aroma. Please be careful when you open, as the steam will be hot. This is the reason I like to make it in parchment paper more than aluminum foil, because you do get the drama. Word of caution, do not eat the paper. It's a carrier. But you will see how all the flavors have been sealed. Then we serve it with our quinoa, which is just done, also 20 minutes after. So timing could not be better. Look at this beautiful quinoa and the texture. It smells so good. I wish you can smell it. And see, it's consistent every time. Enjoy.